Hi Cancer, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2025 mid-month general reading. So we're looking at the second half of August for the water sign of Cancer. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Please do subscribe and like. And if you know your other sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch those videos as well for additional insight. If something hits home with you and you'd like to see how it manifests or plays out in your own personal life or situation, you like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or perhaps as a gift for someone else, you can email me for more information, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can find that contact info also by clicking on the description below. I cover all areas of life: love and romance, relationship compatibility, career, work, money, investment, 6 and 12-month overviews. I do different spreads, styles, lengths, costs. There's a little something for everyone, so if you're interested, email me. I'm also very diligent about the timely scheduling of personal readings, as this is what I do full-time. So again, email me if you'd like. All right, Cancer. Let's see what the second half of August is bringing in for you. We have the Knight of Coins, my steady Eddie Knight. Disciplined, cautious, persevering, patient, one step in front of the other to reach a goal, being very committed to the goal and not cutting corners or being too spontaneous or impulsive. Might be an offer or opportunity that's coming in for you of a practical nature. Next, we have the Devil, obsessive energy. Now, the Devil is one of those cards that can be a bit tricky. It often represents unhealthy cycles like addictions, relationships that have too much power and control, or it can represent, it can represent a lot of things. It represents an obsessive amount of energy being put in one direction, but it can be positive in the short term, meaning that, the Devil, the energy of what the Devil card represents, regardless of what it is, means that you have to take time, attention, money, all kinds of other things from other areas of your life, other situations or other people in your life, and funnel them in one direction, right? Now, in the short term, if you're using that to accomplish something, right? Like you're completing your degree, or, you're going through college, you're completing a degree, you're building a business, you're building a house, something where you have a specific goal and it requires a great deal of time and energy and focus and attention and money or whatever, but it's towards the specific goal. That's when the energy of the Devil card can be a good thing, because it's being funneled towards some kind of productive goal or goal that's good for you, right? Now, in the longer term, beyond that, it becomes habit, it becomes pattern, and that's when it can become unhealthy. So we'll see what it means here. Next, we have the Nine of Wands. You're really close to completion here, whether you know it or not. The Nine of Wands can represent somebody who's, really close to the completion of a path that has just grown very wearisome and burdensome. You might be feeling discouraged, even in despair, but it represents the ability to persevere through challenges because of determination and willpower, right? It's kind of the 11th hour, darkest before dawn. You're in the last quarter mile of the race. Just push through that last little bit. There may be one more thing in front of you that needs to be dealt with, but you're so close. You're so close. Keep going. And your crowning energy, representing overall focus and theme for the second half of August, Cancer, is the Three of Wands, which implies that you are on the cusp of achieving the next step. You're getting ready to bump up to the next level of achievement. It's a positive thing. You've already put in, a fair amount of work to lay the foundation for this. It represents needing to be patient and continue to stay focused on whatever your goal is, even if you have to make, adjustments and adapt along the way without losing focus. But it may be that something has popped up that needs to be dealt with, and you may be like, but you're almost there. It feels more like a question of just persevering, using the energy of that Devil to get you through this last little bit. Let's take a look at that Three of Wands. I kind of get the feeling here, Cancer, that perseverance, determination, keeping your momentum and your focus is going to be key here, even if you have to make some adjustments or adaptations as to how you keep going. Three of Wands. Knight of Wands and the Tower. So for some of you, it may be happening now. It may have happened in the recent past. You know, this is about changes coming in. There might be some disruption, some upheaval going on. But again, there's this underlying kind of energy with the Three of Wands and the Knight of Wands that whatever chaos might have happened or whatever chaos might be going on, whatever upheavals, again, this is about keeping your focus, keeping your speed and your momentum, but needing to make, needing to adapt and adjust to whatever is going on, whatever changes you need to make without losing focus of that goal or without losing your momentum. All right, let's take a look at this Knight of Coins. All the knights move. They're all movers and shakers because they have a mission, a quest, and they're very single-minded in their accomplishment of that. The Knight of Coins always accomplishes his mission and quest. He might be a little slower than the other knights, but he doesn't get distracted from the path like sometimes they can. He's earth energy. He's solid, stable, reliable, hardworking, focused, cautious, patient. That's key here. Knight of Coins. The Sun and the Eight of Wands. Stay focused. Remember what you're working towards. Keep that in mind, but maintain your momentum. Maintain your focus. Maintain your momentum. Don't, again, whatever changes or adjustments you need to make because of things that come in that you can't control. And again, for some of you with the Nine of Wands, there may have been, this one thing that has cropped up that you didn't anticipate, and you've got to adapt and adjust. Don't let it slow you down. Make whatever changes you need to make without losing that momentum and without losing your focus. Let's take a look at this Devil card. We have the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands. It's kind of the same repeating message here. So we have the Three of Wands again. We have the Three of Wands twice, which is, again, kind of an extra message. That's one of the reasons why I clarify with a different deck. Because if we draw repeating cards, it's kind of Spirit's way of pointing to the importance of something or the significance of something. So we have the Three of Wands twice, which again is about staying focused on your goals, your end goal, your future goal, what you're working towards, what you've laid the groundwork for, what you're continuing to work for, to stay focused on that and keep your momentum. But you're going to have to be patient and continue working towards it just a little bit longer. The Seven of Pentacles represents looking at what you've done so far, what you've invested in this so far. And I mean, this could be anything. It could be a hobby, a project, something at work, a job, relationships. This is taking a look at, okay, what efforts have I put into it? What do I have to show for that so far? And how can I grow this even further? You may need to, again, there may have been something that has cropped up which has caused some kind of chaos or upheaval. You may have to make some adjustments and adaptations. And you may have to be looking at what you've done so far and what your resources are in terms of what you can do moving forward. But you need to continue moving forward and just be patient a little bit longer. Let's take a look at that Nine of Wands. Almost there. You're almost there. This is a keep going. And it's also a good indication that whatever you've been through and whatever you might be going through now, again, you're really close to completion, moving up to the next level, the next phase, which is really positive. And you have everything it takes to persevere this last quarter mile. Five of Wands, Ten of Cups. It may have caused, or there may be some chaos, arguing, upheaval, going on in the home or family system or in your community of the people closest to you. There might be some competitive energy, insecurity, arguments, conflict. Not everybody might be on board with your goals or the efforts that you're putting into your goals. Or it may be that if you're funneling a lot of time and attention towards this particular goal, people might be complaining about it. Again, it's not everybody being in alignment with you. But again, you've just got to keep going a little bit longer. All right, advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. The Nine of Wands. So we have the Three of Wands twice. We have the Nine of Wands twice. Again, there's this underlying message here of you're almost there. I know it's been tough. There might be something tough in front of you right now. You might be tempted to give up, but don't. Stay focused. Make whatever adjustments you need to, but stay focused on your goal, what you're working towards. Don't give up on that. Whatever changes you need to make, don't allow it to stop you or make you lose your momentum. The Six of Swords and the Hermit kind of represents that you're in some kind of transitional period between one thing and another. You're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. There still might be some challenge, this one last challenge. There's a sense of making whatever choices or decisions you need to, whatever adjustments you need to in order to accomplish that goal. Whatever your goal is here, Cancer, Spirit is highly supportive of it, even if there's people around you that aren't. And it's unfortunate that sometimes it's the people closest to us that aren't in alignment with us. But here Spirit is saying, you can be mindful of how that affects other people and try to adjust as best as you can. But the ultimate thing here, again, is staying focused on that goal. Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles. This is, people being in alignment towards a common cause or supportive towards a common cause. There may need to be some adjustments, some compromises that need to happen. But the ultimate goal should not be compromised, and the effort you're putting into it shouldn't be. I mean, maybe there needs to be a little bit more balance, particularly if it's taking you, sometimes in the course of our pursuing our goals, we have to make sacrifices, and the people closest to us sometimes do too, because for this period of time we need to put energy in this direction. But there is some kind of implied energy here that perhaps there's some little tweaks or adjustments that you could make for the sake of the people that you're connected with. So I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. Those are your messages for the second half of August 2025. And for those of you for whom this made sense and fit your particular situation, I hope it was helpful. If it did and you'd like to take a deeper look in how this is going to manifest or what you should do in your life or situation, you like the reading style. Again, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that by clicking on the description below. I would love to hear from you. I'd be delighted to work with you. I will see you all in a short while. Be safe, be well. As I always say, always be blessed. And I hope to see you back here again very soon. Bye-bye.